Hi, I'm Monique Sorgan, and I was assaulted recently in the streets. But the swelling has gone down, and I'm feeling a lot better, and I have decided to leave my house. So I thought, now that I can touch my face, maybe I'll put on some makeup and maybe I'll do a makeup tutorial to look into, how to cover up this whole mess. And let me just start by saying what I really love about this light that I found right here is that you can really see like all the yellow and green in my skin that sort of started to appear everywhere. So I really know what I'm going to do. And it's not what I would normally do. But let's start at the beginning. So I like to start by using this tinted moisturizer. So just a little drop of that. I like to put a lot of things on with my fingers, and you can see how it's already sort of covering up some of the purple that's under my eyes. But it's not something that really, it's very subtle, so it's not gonna, last very long. Now, normally I would put under eye concealer under my eye, but today the black circles that are usually under my eye seem to have moved down a bit. So I have this MAC. Instead of putting it under my eyes, I'm just going to use my fourth finger, which isn't too aggressive, and kind of dab it on. And it's actually the same color as a lot of the other yellow that I'm already getting in my skin. Wow, I can actually not believe how good that looks. Um, so let's see. Uh, this is amazing. I don't even know if I'm going to rub it in because now I do have a little bit of purple up here that I can maybe, this part's a little more sensitive, so I have to be really careful. Uh, Not because it's going to cause any more bruising, just more because so it doesn't hurt. Um, And just to match it up, I'm just going to do a little on this side. Now, the funny thing I've learned in this process, because I really got punched a lot more on this side, on my left side, than on my right side. And in the process of sleeping or whatever happens here, the bruise sort of migrated over to the right side too. And so my right side, actually, the eye part doesn't hurt. These are real bangs, and I had got banged up over here, but the actual bruising just migrated, which is very, very weird. I don't know if I was going to use this sponge, but I actually think that's going to be overkill at this point. By the way, I'm just using whatever I have in the house. So it's not like I planned any of this. I didn't go and buy new products. I'm just seeing what I can do with what I have in my house. So I do have this foundation. There's not much left. As you can see, there's just a tiny bit left there. So I'm going to use what I have. And again, like I tend to put this on with my fingers. I'm sure I'm supposed to use some kind of a sponge for it, but sometimes I can do that to like move it around afterwards to even it out. But I feel like, I might have messed up some of the concealer effect. And, ultimately, I guess if I really cared about the fact that I have bruises on my face, I wouldn't leave the house at all. But I figure, at some point you got to go out and just do it. So let's just, for good measure, I'm using the camera as a mirror right now, which is why it maybe doesn't look like I'm looking at you that much. But all right. So, I mean, I'm looking maybe better, maybe worse. Not sure. We'll find out. I have this MAC Studio Fix that I've been using for many, many years because it matches my skin tone normally. We'll see what it does. I'm going to use the sponge it comes with to put it on because it gives a little bit more of a cakey effect than using a brush. And then I'll just use a brush to like maybe spread it around more afterwards. I'm probably using too much makeup, but at the same time, what can I say? Anything is better than how I started. Um, so I can still definitely see the bruises. And one thing I'm really curious about is what the effects of blush are going to be because I do not have a ton of stuff. I'm a very lightweight makeup person. And this is the, it's broken, but this is the, the blush I've been using. It's sort of a deep purple. And I'm just going to put a little of that for the contour here, for the cheekbone and the, you know, just doing it like it's normal, just assuming no one's going to notice that my face is a disaster. But I will say, you know, you can't see as much of the yellow now. And I do like to just put that on there, which is funny because it makes you look like you have a little bit of a bruise on your eye, which I actually do. So maybe that'll blend the bruise and a little down here just for fun. No one ever notices that. I also have another little thing I like to do, and I don't even remember what this is because the palette broke and I just put it into this mirror. But it's a loose powder. It's a lighter pink and it's kind of a really fun color. So I just take like a tiny little bit of it and it gets all over the place. And, you know, see, it's that kind of a like bright pink. So it's way too much for me, but I just put a little on the apples there just to like give a little bit more youthfulness and cheer to my face. And I have to say, in this light, I don't see anything actually happening. I don't even see the makeup going on, so I don't know if this is gonna be way too much makeup or if there's none at all. Anyways, I'm just gonna brush that out because I like a natural look, and this is like maybe the most makeup I've ever put on at one time. So okay. What comes next? So usually I put on some, I'm like very simplistic. I put on some shadows. I do have more than one color I usually use. This is called Velvet Eyeshadow. It's by, I don't know, I can't read that, so I don't have my glasses. VIP Cosmetics. And what I love about it is you just put it on there and, you know, it's just like a roll-up thing. It's just a stick. You just put it on there and it takes 5 seconds. And I'm very into not wasting time putting on makeup. Usually on a good day, I would put this color on too in the sides, which is called Orange Frost. And it looks like this, but I'm concerned that with the state of my face, I don't really want to add a lot of dark colors where bruises already exist. So I'm just going to also add a little white in the corners and along the brow lines. So, and again, it's really simple to have this like VIP simple like technique because it takes no time at all and it's not complicated, and you just put it on like that, and then I just do a little blending. And if I had the third color and with my like fourth finger so that it doesn't, you know, get too aggressive on my eyes and create more wrinkles, if I had the third color, that would be blended in with all that as well. And then I have, this is so cheap and stupid, but I love it. It's e.l.f. Eyeliner. And the reason I love it, it's just black, is because it's sort of liquidy. So it's like really easy to put on because it's in a pencil, but you don't have to like scrape your eyelid with it. It just easily just kind of goes on along the top of the lid, and it's moist. I know people hate that word, but I'm sorry. It's just the word that best describes it. And it's just, again, goes on like very simply and easily, and it's very hard to mess up. So if you're kind of always rushed because you're overbooked like I am, then this is like a really nice thing that doesn't take any effort. And I don't put it on the bottom because it makes me look like I have black eyes even when I don't have black eyes. So that's something I learned about myself early in life. But the funny thing about this one is because it's sort of cheap and liquidy, sometimes if I blink enough, it just sort of spreads to the bottom in a very like natural looking way. I found this mascara I really like. It's Maybelline the Falsies, and it's what it has is little fibers in it, so like it sort of makes your lashes a little bit longer looking. And I don't curl them because I've never understood how that could possibly work, but maybe it does, and maybe I'm just an idiot. But I just like do the tops first because a makeup artist once told me to do that, and I just never stopped doing it. And then Um, Suddenly I have eyelashes here. And the other technique I've really realized works well is that after you do the other eye, go back for a second round, which is just so silly and stupid. But once it's dried a little bit on your eyes, then it picks up even more, not just with the fiber stuff like I have here, but even with regular mascara that doesn't have fibers in it. I've noticed that if I put on a second round, yes, it gets very sticky and disgusting, but it also gets a little thicker, which wasn't as much of a problem when I was younger, but as I've gotten older and spent as many years as I've been alive rubbing my eyes, I have definitely lost a lot of eyelash volume. We're mostly done here. I mean, I am going to do little eyebrows, which as a kid, I was always paranoid because I had such thick eyebrows. And then in the 90s, we all like plucked our eyebrows to nothing. If you ever watch Beverly Hills 90210, you'll understand that those were our people. And they had very thin eyebrows. That's what was in style at the time. So we all plucked our eyebrows, and now we have to draw them back. So beware what cosmetic things you do following trends when you're younger, because they'll come back to bite you when you're older. And that's just a fact. Anyways, I just used this brown. I don't even know what it is. It's probably worn off. It's so old. Sometimes I do this, which is a doo-wop. This is like so that your lipstick doesn't go up into these little lines in your lip. It's kind of like a wax, and you just put it around your lips like this, so that I don't even frankly know if it works. I don't even always do it. I don't have a lot of faith in it, but I've started doing it just to see if I notice a difference. And then all I have left to do really is my lips, which I'm very concerned about, like what the right choice is for that, because A, I haven't decided what I'm wearing yet and what lipstick color I'm wearing, but B, more importantly, because I don't want to do any colors. Like usually I wear this MAC Retro, which is a color that just goes really well with my skin. I'm worried about like anything purple. Let's try it. Because I don't want to do anything to like draw attention to the purple in my face. But it looks like if I just do like one lip and then blend it, I got some of that wax on there. Do one lip and blend it, that it's just like, it gives it a light tint rather than a purple effect, which is what I like. Again, trying to be natural. And then I also like to put this, again, really inexpensive. It's called Stay Glossy by Rimmel, and it's clear. It looks a little bit pink on mine. It started clear because I put it over this lipstick a lot and then just give it like a little glossy shine. I do have lip liners, but I've kind of stopped using them because I don't find that they're adding anything. I'm not finding them additive. But anyways, that's it. This is my after look. I think I look a lot better than I did to go outside of the house than I did before. I think my bruises are a lot less noticeable than they were. And I feel beautiful. So I think, well, let's see what happens if we just take this down. Oh, wow. I'm happy with it. I feel like I don't look like a victim of assault, and I will be leaving the house and having a good time like a normal person who was not beaten to the ground a few days ago. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will maybe or maybe not talk to you again.